Okay, but wouldn't it be kind of fun to host a home cafe?
I have been seeing so many people host home cafes on the weekends, and I would like to steal that idea. Thank you. Yes, I would. I love hosting. I love having people over, and also I love going to bed at a reasonable hour. So really, the perfect workaround to that is to host morning activities and gatherings. A home cafe, a Sunday brunch vibe, kind of being the perfect one. Not to mention that I love breakfast food, and I've been getting really good at making matcha over the last couple months, so I feel like I could treat my friends to a damn good little home cafe moment. I'm determined to be their new favorite barista, but we are working on a tight schedule because right now it is 4:47 p.m. and I'm hosting the home cafe tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. So obviously step one here is just gonna be building out our menu. Ooh, I'm so excited. It's honestly been a minute since I've really hosted at my apartment. Now this is obviously less prep work than doing a dinner party, but I still want this to feel very special and elevated. More special than just inviting people over for coffee and bagels. I want this to have the real cafe experience. I want them to be just as excited about the drinks I'm gonna make them as they would going to a coffee shop and ordering. So I'm gonna build an actual menu, try to get a little artsy with it, we'll see. We'll see how good I can do on that front. I'm not very draw talented. Could you tell? And I'm gonna make 3 specialty beverages to put on my menu. The 3 specialty beverages in question are a banana bread cold brew, an iced strawberry matcha latte, and an iced blueberry coffee cake matcha latte. Now, have I ever tried to make any of those drinks? No, I have not. But that's okay, because that's a tomorrow problem. That's something that I'm gonna be trialing at 8 a.m. tomorrow, 3 hours before my friends get there. And to be totally honest with you, I am ignoring the food portion of this cafe altogether. That shit's being ordered on Uber Eats tomorrow morning, and I'll just set it up all cutesy on my dining room table. I'm more of a presentation girl. I'm all about curating the vibes. I'm a vibe curator, okay? I'm more about the experience of the cafe. And I'm totally happy to cut corners where it is appropriate to. Nobody wants to eat a homemade bagel that I made. We live in New York City. We're surrounded by places that make incredible bagels. Let me just buy bagels and cream cheese and a couple pastries tomorrow morning and call it a day. So in terms of building the menu, literally, like literally physically building the menu, this is sort of the vibe that I think I'm going for, that I've found on Pinterest, that I've seen other people do on TikTok. Again, requires quite a bit of, this is serving Ubi every time I do this. What the fuck is up, Oob? Gonna take a little bit of hand drawing coordination. Do I have that? Well, there's only one way to find out. Okay, but the biggest question of them all right now for me is, what is the name of my cafe? Obviously, Cafe Mango is always an option because I would name everything that I do after mango, if possible, really. Another option is like Sunday Club or something like that, where it implies that this will be a recurring thing that happens on Sundays. I don't know, sometimes I'm really hitting with the names. Like, I feel like I crushed the name for Trivia, Lads on Tour, and I also crushed the name for Restaurant Roulette. I feel like I need to really love the name that I'm gonna do here, but I do like Cafe Mango. Cafe Mango, the Sunday Club edition. Or what if it's always Sunday Club? Cafe Mango's only open on Sundays. That would be cute to put on the poster. Okay, maybe it is Cafe Mango. I'm selling myself on it the more I talk about it. This is my first casual do-nothing weekend since attending Gov Ball last weekend, which was so much fun and also so exhausting. It was raining the day that we went, but Olivia Rodrigo was headlining and the vibes were good regardless. Honestly, in some ways, I felt like the rain enhanced my experience. It lowered everybody's inhibitions. Everyone was soaking wet, the hair was ruined, the makeup was ruined, the outfit was ruined, your shoes were covered in mud. We had nothing but the music and vibes. And it was kind of awesome. So I went ahead, bought those last minute tickets over on SeatGeek, and we had the best weekend ever. So thank you to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports, festivals, and so much more. And there are so many artists going on tour this summer, a few other music festivals still to come. So if you're looking to get your Olivia Rodrigo fix too, I get it. And I do have plans to see Lady Gaga several times when she comes to Madison Square Garden later this summer, which I could not be more excited about. I have to start thinking about what to wear. And SeatGeek has your back because every ticket on their platform is rated on a scale from 1 to 10 so that you know you're getting a good deal. The green dots mean good, the red dots mean bad. And every purchase made through SeatGeek is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you guys know I come through for you, so you can use code Maddie10 for 10% off your next purchase at SeatGeek. And this code will work no matter what, even if you've bought tickets on SeatGeek in the past. So make sure you click the link in the description of this video, download the SeatGeek app, and have the code automatically added to your account and saved away for the next time you want to go buy tickets. Now let's start to tackle this menu. Okay, let's do Cafe Mango. I'm gonna write it in bold text on the top and hopefully it looks good. Did anyone else's dad do this? When he was on the phone, instead of pacing around, he would sit down and draw boxes like this. I don't know, that feels like such a specific piece of dad lore, but he would just draw, he would take a piece of paper and draw boxes all over it instead of like pacing. When I'm on the phone, I absolutely pace, but sometimes I'm like, should I take up drawing boxes? I have not had to do anything artistic in so long. Kind of fun though, kind of fun and awesome to move this part of my brain. We're doing it. I feel like that C is low-key a little ugly, but that's okay. Like, you've seen worse, right? But like, it was a good first try, but I feel like I can do better. If I can't do better, I'll go back to it, but I want to try one more time to see if I can slay a little harder. Everyone quiet. We're gonna make this sick. We just have to like sort of throw it out there. You throw it out and you stop thinking about it. Leave it all in the field, people. Let's fucking go. Right? More personality. Way more personality happening here. Yeah? That's better. This is what I'm saying. We were thinking too much about it. You just gotta throw it out there. Gorgeous. Literally couldn't have done it better if I tried. Are we seeing the vibes? Oh, I'm having so much fun. See, everyone asks me why I do the fucking most to invite a handful of my besties over, but it's like, this is why, because it's actually so much more fun to be a little extra. For too long, people with the too much gene have been shamed. But to be honest with you, I think a too much gene is often quite necessary and ridiculously fun. What do you think, honey? What do you think? Pretty good. Huh? We made the little O at the end of Cafe Mango into a cat. Kind of an awesome logo I have going on here. And then we've got my menu. My 3 specialty beverages, plus the bagels I plan to get and the assorted pastries I plan to get. Maybe what I'll do is hang it up on my fridge. Just kind of rearrange all my magnets so that this can be on display right when people walk in my apartment and look towards the kitchen. How cute!
So at the end of day 1, after I got my menu displayed beautifully on my fridge, I felt like I had a clear game plan and I was feeling good about everything that I knew I had to accomplish the following day. So fast forward to the next morning, I woke up bright and early to get started with a grocery run so I could make my homemade syrups before setting up my apartment for guests. On my grocery list was blueberries, regular sugar and brown sugar, strawberries, bananas, cinnamon, cold brew, and oat milk. No, those aren't all the ingredients I'm going to be using, but those were the ones I didn't already have in my apartment or that I was running low on. Making the syrups was actually surprisingly easy. It's really just fruit, water, and sugar. The banana bread syrup was the only one that I added anything extra to, and even that was just fruit, water, sugar, almond extract, and cinnamon. And it was kind of relaxing. Like, the process of making a homemade syrup was so enjoyable. I kind of want to make it a little ritual for myself, like every Sunday morning, making a new homemade syrup to use in my drinks that week. How sweet! I got some pastries and bagels delivered, set it up all cutesy on my table, and the only thing left to do was, of course, try my own menu for the first time. All right, my syrups have been made, everything's been set up, so now I'm gonna take you through my little ingredient list. Everything I need to be the world's best up-and-coming home barista. To start, I have my kettle full of hot water for the matcha. I've got 2 different kinds of oat milk, no reason for that, they just only had 1 of each in the store. I've got a Chobani hazelnut coffee creamer as well as heavy cream for some cold foam. I've got my 3 homemade syrups, strawberry, blueberry, and banana bread. I've got this cold brew concentrate. I've got my matcha of choice. I actually don't like this matcha, but I'm saving my good matcha to serve to my friends. Since I'm just experimenting and building the drinks right now, I'm gonna use the matcha that I don't like as much. Then I've got my bowl for my matcha whisk, 2 mugs, a sifter, and 1 teaspoon to help measure out and sift my matcha. And then, of course, we've got the cups that I'm gonna be serving everything in, and also a frother. Those are all my ingredients. That's everything I need. So let's... Oh wait, there's one more thing that I need. I needed a little bit of cinnamon as well. Okay, now I'm ready. Let's start with drink number 1. The banana bread cold brew. First things first, I'm gonna take my banana bread syrup and I'm going to start this drink off with just a teeny bit of this. So scoop some ice in. This one is low-key the easiest drink of them all. Now I'm adding in some cold brew. We're gonna do half cold brew, half oat milk. And then leave some room at the top because we are gonna make a banana bread cold foam. A little teeny bit of heavy cream, a little teeny bit of my banana bread syrup. We froth away. Then, oh, I'm so excited for this one. You just top your drink and then add a little bit of cinnamon. And there you have it. I present to you my banana bread cold brew. Gorgeous, gorgine. And we mix her up. And let's see how this tastes. Gorge. That's really good. What the hell? Fuck, maybe I am a barista. That's crazy. All right, I was actually feeling nervous about how all these syrups were gonna taste and if it was all gonna taste the way I thought that it should taste. But this is delicious. And the little hints of banana, like you're joking. Drink number 1, complete. On to drink number 2. The second drink on my menu is an iced strawberry matcha latte. So we're gonna start it off, with my homemade strawberry syrup. Honestly, I'm gonna add kind of a lot more than I did for, because I kind of want this to be a sweet treat, a true sweet treat. All right. Got some ice to scoop in. I should hypothetically feel the most confident about making the matcha since I do this every morning, but I don't. Because it's one of those things where like, I know that I make it good for me. I know that I like the way I make matcha, but I've never made it for other people. So all of a sudden I'm getting insecure. I'm like, okay, but are you gonna like my matcha? So I'm gonna sift in 2 teaspoons of matcha powder. Should have done this before, but I'm going to soak my whisk in some hot water, get it to bloom. I think the drink I'm actually the most nervous about is the iced blueberry coffee cake matcha latte because I've never made anything like that. Who's texting me? I know I have no reason to be nervous because these are like my best friends that are coming over, but even when I'm hosting for my best friends, I don't know, I get nervous. I'm like, I want to impress you guys. I want to do good. The thought of anyone like pretending to like something for me makes me feel physically ill. Like, please never lie to me if you hate a drink I make you, coffee, matcha, alcoholic. If you hate food I make you, not that I do that often because I'm historically not fantastic at that, but understand my efforts are honest. And if you hate it, obviously I'll take the L. I would rather take the L than someone lie to me and like pretend they like it to save face. I get why people do that, and like I've totally done it too in the past, like pretending that I like something because I'm afraid to tell someone no. But to be honest with you, as someone who hosts frequently, the idea of people pretending to like my efforts is actually so much worse than someone looking at me and being like, actually, I don't like this. Can I have something else? Like, can you make me something else? I would prefer that so much more. All right, it's been a couple minutes, so I'm going to pour a little bit of hot water into my matcha. I always just sort of eyeball it. I'm usually going for like a 4th cup. Whisk has been bloomed. Now we're going to whisk away. I start by just going in a circular motion to make sure there's no clumps sticking to the sides of the bowl. And then you're just gonna start in slow zigzag motions and slowly speed up. I'm gonna do this for about a minute. Honestly, kind of fun. Like when I first started making matcha at home, I would use the electric whisk and it still tastes good. I'm not gonna be super obnoxious about it, but I think there's something about the experience of hand whisking your matcha in the morning that just makes it so much more special. Choosing the thing that takes you incrementally more time to make life just a little bit sweeter and more special, I just find it to be worth it. After about a minute of whisking, you can slow down and sort of break up the bigger bubbles. Boom. You're left with this creamy matcha. Boom. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And there you have it. My very gorgeous, very beautiful strawberry matcha latte. Now let's mix it up and do a little taste. I'm a little nervous. Like sometimes I'm shocked with myself, to be honest with you. You know when you go to buy matcha somewhere and they hand you back like a matcha that looks like white in color, like a matcha that looks like milk tinted green versus like a green matcha. I'm like, how did you guys do that? I don't know how I would make a matcha that wasn't this color. Dude, that is divine. That is fucking divine. Oh, I smashed it. And I'm not even using my good matcha powder. Ooh! Let this be a reminder that you do not need to go out of your house to make a fun little beverage for yourself. I like my matcha better than so many like coffee shop matchas. Like I just slay. What is there more to say? The strawberry matcha is my favorite so far. Flames. Flames, so good. Final beverage on the menu. We've got our iced blueberry coffee cake matcha latte. So here we go, the one I'm the most worried about. What we're gonna do here is it's blueberry syrup, but then the cold foam I'm gonna use, I'm gonna make like a coffee cake cold foam, which really it's the hazelnut coffee creamer that I'm gonna use to make the cold foam. Not perfect. Ideally, I think there's a coffee cake Chobani creamer that I was hoping to find, but I couldn't find it. But I'm like, hazelnut's gonna be similar-ish in flavor. Starting with my blueberry syrup. And like technically any of these drinks could be made for cold brew or matcha. Like I could make banana bread matcha, but you gotta pick, you gotta make choices. We're gonna do literally the same exact thing a second time as far as making the matcha goes. Another 2 teaspoons of matcha powder. Also, there's something so calming about making drinks. I feel like this whole process of setting up for this is making me realize that I might prefer hosting breakfasts instead of dinners, because with breakfasts, like I'm gonna go and buy bagels every fucking time. Like that is gonna be what it is. We live in the city with like the best bagels in the world, so I'm always gonna go out and buy bagels. Food is not something I have to worry about. It's just the drinks that I'm gonna make, and there's something about making the drinks that is quite calming to me. I'm not like, I don't know, this doesn't stress me out. Versus when I do dinner parties and I'm cooking for people, like I am stressed out trying to make things in advance and then like keep it warm for when people arrive, on top of like making it actually fucking taste good, because I'm not the world's best cook. I don't know if you knew that about me. Pouring the matcha in. I made this maybe a little bit too full, but we're still gonna make the cold foam. So I'm just gonna make it in the same mug that I made the banana cold foam. So It's fine. This might taste a little bit banana-y, but putting in the hazelnut Chobani creamer, and I'm also gonna pour in a little bit of blueberry syrup, and then we're just gonna whisk these together. And it's gonna make this gorgeous purple. Here we are, my iced blueberry coffee cake matcha latte. This one is like so full, it's hard for me to even shake it together. 3, 2, 1. I'm a genius, and my brain should be studied in a lab. You're kidding. You're kidding. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling extremely confident, actually. I think my Oura Ring must have seen a spike in my stress levels when my friends arrived, followed by the immediate decrease of those same stress levels after they tried my drinks and told me that they loved them and wanted to know all of my secrets. Oh my God, what a relief. What a relief that my barista talent wasn't just in my head or my own taste palette. And how fun to have everyone over early in the day so that I can still go to bed at a reasonable hour. We simply aren't talking about this enough. The joy of going to bed before the sun goes down. Ah! There, I said it. I'm a 28-year-old that loves to go to bed before the sun even leaves my vision, baby. And that night, I honestly held off a little bit. I went to bed at 9 p.m. and slept nearly a full 10 hours. My Oura Ring wanted to kiss me on the mouth. So consider my home cafe a major success, a 100% success rate, multiple happy customers that I made sure to leave with this. Just however you want to fill that out. I'll see you in my next video. Love ya.